just to bring you back to a little bit of connection, a little bit of grounding. Find a nice, easy place to sit. Maybe lean off one way or the other. It can feel really nice to let your elbow or forearm connect into those inner leg lines. Straighten sides. Just take these moments to connect back to this land. Wherever you're practicing, a little acknowledgement for the traditional custodians. Here I'm on Bidjigal and Gadigal land, connecting in. Closing down the eyes, maybe bringing the hands to the belly or the heart center. Plugging in. Big inhale through the nose. Expanding belly, chest and lungs, and at the top just take another sip in of air. Opening the mouth long, easy exhale. Belly soften. 2 more just like that. Big inhale. Easy exhale. Letting the jaw soften, letting the shoulders soften next. Last one. Letting go. We'll take the hands out in front, rolling forward so much so you can find a nice easy forward fold here. Letting the head go, letting the neck go. Letting the jaw be soft. Might feel good to make a pillow for the forehead, make some connection there, maybe roll a little side to side. Crawling the fingertips behind, leaning back, taking a big inhale from there, belly fills, lungs fill, chest fills. Maybe even hips lift if that feels good. And then crawling on back through. We'll crawl up to that right side here, leaning off, leaning in, taking a big inhale from the belly. Rolling open. The whole body come with you. No need to force the knee to stay down. Just move with the breath. Nice. Crawling back on through, trading sides. Leaning left, rolling open from the belly. Super windy outside today, so nice to take some time to really ground in. Come on back. We'll meet up on hands and knees, leaning off to the side. And waiting the legs to come on around and crawl on. Find a few nice ways to really nourish the joints here by spiraling some movement out. Getting into hips, shoulders, wrists, elbows. Let the breath guide you here. Inhale might take the belly low. Exhale might take the spine high to the sky. And if you're spiraling in one direction, maybe just trading sides, trading directions. Nourishing through all of the movement there. From here, we'll crawl on forward. Sink the hips on in, maybe stay high, or maybe you put a big soft bend in the elbows and come a little lower. Nice little opening through the spine here, so it might be nice to keep it super gentle. Big inhale. And keeping the knees down, shifting the hips on back, make your way back to an easy child. Letting the head soften down. Maybe roll a little side to side. Taking a full breath here. Long, easy exhale. Nice. Tucking the tail to roll back up to hands and knees. From here, we'll make our way to a down dog in the easiest possible way, spreading the fingers, tucking the toes. Might feel nice to bring a little rhythm, bring a little momentum by rocking forward and back. And let the movement start off a little smaller, and then eventually we'll build on that and let the momentum help us to breathe on up. Hips can come high, and as you exhale, you might bring the heels a little closer to the earth. Little sway here. Super nice to shorten the stance, lengthen the stance, find your middle. Move around your middle to find your middle. Little sway side to side. From here, we'll keep the sway going on, weighting a heel. Belly, foot, hand, crawling all the way up to the front of the space. Nice big forward fold, letting the head go, letting the hips sway here to begin to unravel the spine on up to stand. As you unravel and roll on up, keep it flowing here. Big inhale, everything can come high. As you exhale, soften the knees, fold right up on them. Nice. We'll lean right here and slide that left foot on back. Roll the hands back through the middle. We're coming low to high, rounding up. Sinking in. Nice. Let the inhales bring you high. Let the exhale soften you. From here, big inhale. From the belly, easy twist up and over. Nice. Let that inhale roll you up and open, and we'll move towards a warrior two. Toes can swivel, arms can come out. Sinking. Nice to check in with you. See how it feels. If there's any tension, just rolling out the shoulders, rolling out. Staying with your breath. Inhale, soften you up. Exhale, soften you up. Flipping the front hand, leaning on back from here. Easy reverse. Coming right up and over, forearm to the thigh. Belly rolls. You're letting those fingertips take you on back. Easy reverse. And this time, palms can come on down. Little rock back, and then stepping right on. Nice big forward fold. Maybe catching elbows in hands here. A little shake of the head. Softening down. Nice, lean to the left, trade inside, sliding the right foot on. Roll back to your middle, find your center, and then roll low to high. No force, no push. Easy exhale, sinking. Let the inhale bring you high, and then from the belly, easy twist up and up. Nice, rolling back on through. Breath pulls you high. Exhale, softens you in, swiveling the toes. Arms can come out wide. Nice. As you, just like as we sit and breathe at the start, we just stay with our breath here. Inhale, fills you up. Exhale, softens. Check in, shoulders, hips. Find somewhere super nice to hang out. Flipping that front hand, lean on back, easy reverse. Coming right up and over, forearm to the thigh. Belly rolls from it. Nice, fingertips take you on back, easy reverse. And then palms can come on. A little rock back to come on forward, using those arms. Nice, big forward fold. Little sway in the hips, soft bend in the knees to begin to unravel on it. We have this natural rhythm, this natural sway that supports all this movement. Big inhale, coming high. Catching the left wrist with the right fingertips. Soften for the exhale. Let that inhale pull you high, coming right up on over. Lean right. Coming back on. Big inhale, trade inside. Exhale, soften to here. Nice, coming back on through. And folding right up and over, catching fingertips behind, a nice easy shoulder release. Letting the hands clasp together, letting that clasp fall away. Softening on down. Palms can come on down and we'll crawl on back to a down dog. Swaying the hips a little side to side as you go. Rise from here, we'll lean left, sweep that right leg right up and back. Chance to soften the knee, roll open in the hip, make some space. Arc the knee high up and around the right shoulder and then soften on down, low lunge. Sink in. Maybe slide that back leg back a little, let the knee soften down. Maybe stay up high, or maybe you come down low, find somewhere super nice to feel into. No push, no force, no rush, nowhere that you need to be. Might be nice to close down the eyes, sensitize in a little more. See where it feels good to be. Nice from there, tucking the back toes, we'll crawl on back, shifting the hips, lengthening through that front leg. Little runner stretch here, maybe high, maybe low. Nice, crawling back on out. Left fingertips can stay down from the middle. Big inhale, roll and open, back knee lift. Trade and side. Let that inhale roll you open. And softening. We'll crawl up and around to this wide-legged forward fold. Toes can swivel. Softening on over. Maybe crawl a little to one side or the other, or maybe you find something nice to hang on to, a little connection through the calves. Might be super nice. We'll crawl back on around to the front of the mat, lowering that back knee back on down. Crawl into that open side so much so you can slide that leg on back. Back to hands and knees, back to a down dog, no rush to get there. Little rock and roll up, little sway side to side. Let's take a big inhale here. Everything can come up onto tippy toes. Easy exhale, heel sink. Little sway side to side. Let's take it to the other side, swaying right, sweeping that left leg right up on back. Soft bend in the knee, chance to roll open here. Arcing that knee high up and around, left shoulder and softening on low lunge. Sinking. Softening that back knee down. Maybe sliding that back foot back or scooching that front foot forward. Find somewhere nice to be. Maybe high, maybe low. Brand new side, so might feel completely different. Maybe you want to hang out and check in. How's the day been? How can you bring more of what you want in your life, whether it's softness, ease, a little peace, a little happiness? How can you bring that into your practice? Tucking those back toes, let's crawl on back. Little runner stretch here, maybe high, maybe low. Nice, crawling on out, leaning into those right fingertips, back knee lifts as you roll it. Softening through. Trade and sides here, big. Nice, and we'll crawl right up and around to that wide-legged forward fold, letting the head soften up and maybe crawl on one side or maybe crawl on the other. Exploring around here. And eventually we'll swivel back on around, let that back knee soften down. Crawl out to that right side so much so this whole left side's got no weight, slides right on back to hands and knees. Back to a down dog, no rush. Little sway. Big inhale from here, hips can come high. Easy exhale, heels sink. We'll roll out to a plank from here, nice long wave in the spine. Option here to lower down the knees or lower to the forearms. Like just play a little here, maybe sway a little left and right, easy forward and back. Find an easy way to be here. No push, no force. We'll go for a little rock and roll. Rock to the right, rock to the left, and then roll on open that right hand. Breath supports all this movement. Little rock, little roll on. And coming back on through all the way down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the cheek find the floor. Let the arms come down by the side. Little wriggle of the hips might be super nice. Letting the belly connect in here. Being held by this land, a little hug from the earth. Super nice to stay here if that feels good. Otherwise, if you're coming for an easy opening, clasping the hands behind. Let the belly fill. Let that topple up over into that lungs, rolling open, keeping it soft. Maybe look a little side to side. Yes, and softening all the way down. Let the other cheek find the earth. Little wriggle of the hips. And take these next few breaths to cruise on back to an easy child's pose. Crawling, supporting, moving your way on back. No rush. Sinking the hips, maybe softening the elbows, making a little pillow for the forehead and cruising on back. Full breath here. Easy exhale. And crawl on back to hands and knees. No need to rush there. And we'll crawl on out to that left side so much, so this whole right side's unweighted, and we can slide that leg on forward. Crawl back to the right side, sinking on, finding an easy place to be. Opening the door before crawling on through, finding a place to hang up and over here. And if it doesn't feel super nice in hips or shoulders, pull back up and find a better place to be. Maybe you lean right off to the side. Maybe you bring a bolster or a pillow or a blanket in. Props can be super helpful, super nourishing. And just checking back in with the quality of your breath. If you're happy to stay here for a little while longer, feel free to stay. You coming with me, just crawling on back on up. Leaning right, letting that left leg slide all the way on around. Either knee over knee or one leg on top of the other is super nice. Nice way to come in is to just crawl forward and sit back. Or if that's not available, one leg in front of the other. Super nice too. Leaning back. Big inhale. Belly fills. Lungs fill. Maybe even hips lift, and then crawling on forward. Find it a nice place to hang out for a few breaths. And letting the breath be nice and long, slow, soft. And scrolling back from here. Catch that left forward and bring it in for a little hug, a little love. squeeze, little massage. Something super nice to nourish. Little ankle therapy can be really nice. As we're going to unravel the same way. Lean it right, sliding that foot on back. If you want to hang for a few breaths back here, feel free to hang there. Eventually we'll meet back on hands and knees. We might drop through a lazy child's pose for a breath or two first. Finding our middle, reconnecting back in. And eventually meeting back on hands and knees. Taking it up and over to the other side, we'll crawl right, slide that left leg on forward, crawl on left, sink on it. Opening up, making some room before we move on. Big inhale and then crawling right up and over. Find a nice place to hang out. Letting the head go, letting the neck go, soften. It doesn't feel super nice on hips, shoulders. Crawl on up, find a better place to be. Feel free to hang here for a few more breaths. If you're coming on up, just crawling on up. Leaning left, unweighting that right leg right on around. Knee over knee or ankle over knee, one leg in front of the other. Nice way to come in, crawl forward and then sit on back. Lean on back. Big inhale. And then crawling on forward. Find somewhere to hang out for a few breaths. Softening on up. Catching that right forward, same kind of love, but maybe something different. Maybe some ankle therapy, maybe a little foot massage. Whatever this side feels like it needs. It's almost like a little call and response. The body calls for something, you respond. Nice, we'll lean off to that left side, unraveling. Chance to stay here for a few more breaths if that's super nice. Eventually we'll meet back on hands and knees. You want to move through an easy child's pose or maybe crawl forward, sink in, find something nice to move through. Eventually we'll meet back on hands and knees. Stay with your breath, stay with your movement, stay with your middle. Nice. From here we'll meet back on up in a down dog. Spreading the fingers, tucking the toes, taking your time to move through. Create some momentum before you come on up. A little sway here. Nice, keep that sway going so much so you can unweight a foot, crawl on forward, belly, foot, hand, belly, foot, hand. Up, right up and over, nice big forward fold. It might feel nice to connect in, might feel nice to catch elbows in wrists. Tucking the chin, letting the crown come a little closer. Little sway. Letting the hands soften down. We'll put a little space between hands and feet, little weight into the hands to sink on down. Find an easy yogi squat. And then opening from here, letting one side come down, rolling open, connecting earth to sky. Straight inside. Let that breath guide you here. You want to go for an easy crow. That might be super nice. You've got that in your practice. Otherwise, meeting down on easy sit. Coming back to that easy place we began. Little sway side to side, a little easy forward and back, just moving around our middle to find our middle. As you come back, just settle here, a few breaths. Bringing hands to belly or heart, somewhere in the middle. Neck on. We'll close this practice with those 3 breaths. Big inhale. Belly fills, lungs fill. Everything expands out like a balloon. And then opening the mouth long, easy exhale. 2 more, just like that. Letting go. Last one. Letting the breath return back to its natural rhythm. When the palms come together, it's creating a little warmth, a little chi. Bringing the hands over the eyes. And just gently opening the eyes into palms of the hands as you slowly move them away. Letting the light filter back in the shapes, the colors, the surroundings, your environment come back into your awareness. Thank you so much for practicing a little bit of a movement with ease, some strength, some ability, stability, all of the things. Hope you can take this into your day, your week, your year. Have a beautiful rest of the day.